Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State, it's Rashad Penny. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Wilson on second down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seahawks, Wilson to Baldwin. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Penny. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Come on, tempo.
They go play action with Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, gun.
on second down. Here's Garoppolo. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's McKinnon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The pitch goes to Petty. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson, and that is incomplete here.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, down at the 33. They go back to the ground now with Penny, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, over here, over here.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Leaves it for Penny. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He was trying to hit his big receiver, Brandon Marshall.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Returnable for Lockett. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And some room to work. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is going to be 49er football. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And down he'll go at the 25. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Wilson and Dixon over the middle. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Shotgun. Zebra. Dealer. Shotgun.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
14,
They keep it with Penny on 1st down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
alert.
Now Wilson. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now? back underway. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. 23 yards on the play. Play fake here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Wait. Hurry up.
This is Morris. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Wilson on first down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
To throw is Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long. It's Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He'll field this at the 5. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Morris. And he's brought down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Toss. It's McKinnon fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Morris. And a short gain down to about the 33. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They run with Morris. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now it's Wilson. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. And it's the former Seahawk, Malcolm Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board. And they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. He dumps off to Morris. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
This is Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Hey, come on, come on, come on. Hey, boys, come forward, pull down. Go ahead, go ahead.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A gain of 3, second down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. It's caught. Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tempo. Zebra.
Back to throw. It's complete to Lockett. And he's brought down after a good game. He got 29 yards that time.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
They run again with Breida. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here's Breida. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Niners, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5.